Former slaves wanted the right to vote after suffrage laws that discriminated against any group of citizens on the basis of race was banned. These former slaves had little say in anything, so they had to work hard and push for their right to vote.
Former slaves were tired of being citizens of the United States and not having the right to vote, so they pushed for the right to vote in the late 1860s.
The right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of race, color, or previous condition of servitude. Section 2. The Congress shall have power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. Just because the 15th Amendment was passed doesn't mean we'll let former slaves vote, because we don't want them to.
You work for Mr. Dunn down at the rest home, ain't that right?
Yes.
I wonder what old Dunn will say when I tell him one of his gals down here stirring a fuss.
I ain't stirring no fuss. I'm just here trying to register to vote.
Recite the Constitution's preamble. You know what a preamble is?
We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union.
How many county judges in Alabama?
67.
Name them.
To get around the amendment, most southern states required African Americans to take a written or verbal literacy test and pass it in order to be able to vote, even though no white citizen had to take it to be able to vote. This is the loophole that some states use to get around the 15th Amendment.
This caused an outbreak in protesters in the southern states. The protesters fought to gain the right to vote as the 15th Amendment stated. These protests went on for many years, which resulted in violence among the police and protesters.
Martin Luther King Jr. was a big contributor of rallying the protesters. He was also a big influence in pushing for the passing of the Voting Rights Act of 1965, which ratified the 15th Amendment. Here's what one of MLK Jr.'s speeches would have looked like in the city of Selma, Alabama.
As long as I am unable to exercise my constitutional right to vote, I do not have command of my own life. I cannot determine my own destiny, for it is determined for me by people who would rather see me suffer than succeed. Those that have gone before us say, no more, no more. That means protest, that means march, that means disturb the peace, that means jail, that means risk, and that is hard. We will not wait any longer. Give us the vote. That's right. No more. We're not asking, we're demanding. Give us the vote.
Give us the vote. We've earned it. Give us the vote. Although the 15th Amendment gave former slaves the right to vote, most southern states didn't agree with it and found ways to suppress it. Finally, in 1965, when the Voting Rights Act was passed, which ratified the 15th Amendment, allowing and enforcing the law that all citizens can vote.